Hi, my name is Ruhama Paul, and the topic of my presentation is Beginning the Ministerial Internship. Leadership qualities of a leader. As a woman, I'll talk about the leadership qualities of a woman in ministry. Wherever you are in your leadership journey, being a Jesus hearted woman is possible by embracing these 10 leadership qualities. First one is confidence, that we should not underestimate the experiences God has given us along the way. Second is integrity. Many eyes on us can tempt us to develop a stage presence around friends we want to impress, or even leaders we want to sway, even strangers we want to outdo. But it's important for us to live a life of integrity. Third is humility. Being humble is a spiritual posture, an internal bending of the knee. And by doing that, we honor God as He is the servant leader. Stamina. Some people are called elevator leaders. They want a quick and easy ride to the top. Others are people who take steps or stairs. They start where they are and they open doors themselves and start to climb step by step. Resilience. In ministry leadership, you may look back at things you or others have done, but just remember, leaders are learners and learners make mistakes. So just think of what God has done for you and move on. Courage. Courage is necessary for leadership quality. Because it's important for leaders to take risk and do the things that God has asked them to do. Self-awareness. As followers of Jesus who are leading others, we can spend a lot of energy trying to safeguard our power and position, but we need to be self-aware of where our loyalty is and do what God has called us to do. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32, Paul instructs us to be kind and compassionate to one another. And as a Jesus-hearted leader, I must practice kindness by overlooking people's fault. Soul care. There are three crucial components of soul care to consider: limits, boundaries, and replenishment. Vision. As Jesus-hearted leaders, we have to have a bigger picture of what God has called us to do, a vision for God's work. The next question would then be, what is leadership? The question is more than just idle speculation about the philosophy of overseeing people and running an organization. It addresses the fundamental responsibility and task assigned to those who accept the call to pastor a small church. Those who enter the ministry face constant pressure regarding the responsibilities of leading the church in fulfilling the Great Commandment and Great Commission. To do so, the pastor must be deeply grounded in biblical truth. He must be immersed in the scriptures within his own life, filtering every action, attitude, and decision he makes through the grid of God's character as revealed in the written word. The task of leadership. The task of leadership, however, involves more than just the communication of biblical truth. Leadership encompasses the totality of pastoral role. Without these skills, the pastor, no matter how good a preacher, will soon find himself engulfed in problems and criticism. The congregations need more than just a good biblical scholar. They need someone who can work beside them, helping them to expand the ministry and influence of the church within the community. They need someone who can guide them as they walk through the minefield of change and growth. They need someone who can rally people together to work towards common goals and objectives. They need a shepherd who can bring renewal and healing when the congregation meanders into wastelands of spiritual and organizational apathy. The congregation needs a leader who can provide loving pastoral care in time of crisis. This is the high calling of a pastor. Yes, it is exhausting and demanding, but it brings great joy and it refreshes the soul. Leadership is critical to the health and well-being of the congregation. While Christ is the final and ultimate leader of the church, he has assigned the care of the congregation to individuals who are to be the shepherds of God's flock. Without godly leadership, the church will flounder in spiritual compromise and confusion. Number one point is godly leadership is necessary because of the dangers of spiritual compromise. Second point, godly leadership is necessary because of the need for biblical Leadership is necessary because of the need for guidance within the church. Fourth point, leadership is needed because of the changes taking place. Leadership is needed because of the misconceptions of leadership. Sixth point, leadership is needed because of the need for revitalization. Leadership is needed because of the crisis of leadership.